Hopefully we didn't just, like, bring a spy or a potential traitor into our midst. So, do I have the Unisaur as a pet? Like, as an actual pet thing here? Doesn't seem to be the case. Man, that would have been cool. Oh, hey, Rex. What do you got to say? You spot Rex carrying supplies and big pieces of wood into a huge tarped-up section at the end of the lounge. He waves at you. Well, as much as a wave as he can do with his arms full of mushwood. Hey, Asana! He calls out to you. Have you come to see the bar? The bar? You give him a questioning look. The bar? You don't know Rex super well. You ever heard anything about a bar? He gestures to the tarps. My bar, he says. I've been working on a special project ever since I joined the construction crew. The colony needs a place to cut loose, you dig? He looks up at it, beaming with pride. I think it's about halfway done. You take a look at what you can see. Rex has kept it all pretty well tarped up and hates letting people inside to peek. But you can tell it's big. Perhaps a little too big? Ambitious maybe for a first solo construction project? But Rex has a lot of help from his crew, and from the whole colony. He'd have to be able to find enough wood. I'm sure it'll be great. Rex comes over to you and slings you into a one-armed hug. Just seeing you makes me super energized, he says. I can almost hear the music now. That's right, the bar's gonna have live music. You know anyone who plays an instrument? I'm gonna work double time to finish this place. If you want to help, bring me all the mushwood you can find. Hey, do I have any on me right now? I used it in the challenge. I don't have any on me right now, Rex. I'm spent, I'm sorry. If I did, you'd be the first to get it. But I don't, so no one can have it. Okay, I guess we might go and tend to the animals? Since we unlocked that as a thing, apparently. How's our biology looking? 38. 38. Okay. Geoponics. Animals. 10 to the animals. What does that give us? 3 animals, 2 empathy, 1 friendship with Cal, 10 kudos, 10 stress. Sure. Hey, Solana. Cal calls out to you. I heard you're gonna help out with the animals. Get it? Heard. He leans on his rake and laughs, clutching his stomach. Do you know I learned that one from your dad? Man, he was so funny. His laughter trails off, but he musters up a wistful smile. Your dad taught me a lot of taking care of the animals. Now I get to teach you. That's pretty cool, right? Cal introduces you to the float cows. I know they're cute, but these ladies aren't pets, he says, scritching their noses. They're livestock. And more than that, they're not really domesticated like our animals back on Earth. They're more like tame. Cal spreads his arms. But until then, we got all these guys. Who do you want to meet first? My Unisaur! Cal whistles. Yeah, that thing. I'm not really sure what to do about it, honestly. If you don't really domesticate carnivores on purpose, he says, because you have to raise their prey too, and it takes a lot of food to keep a carnivore happy, and you have to keep a Unisaur happy. They get really dangerous when they're hungry. Sure is pretty, though, he continues. Maybe the horn could be useful for something? Honestly, it's more of a pet than a farm animal. Maybe we could train it to guard the colony. We're still figuring it out. Let's look at the float cows. Cal gestures at the herd of float cows. Here they are. Cool, right? And pretty gross. Your dad laughed at me when I called their milk their pee, but, like, it's not milk, you know? He makes a face. I guess it's not any weirder than when people used to drink cow's milk. I mean, who's the first guy who decided to do that? Gross, right? We figured out that if we keep feeding them what they'd be eating during pollen, they'll keep making milk year-round, he continues proudly. It makes them heavy enough that they don't float away. Otherwise we'd have to keep them on leads like balloons. What about the bristle slugs? Oh, those guys. Oh yeah, we got a ton of them, he says. They're great, slow and easy to catch, and real gentle. Don't let the spikes fool you, they're actually really cuddly. And don't mind when you pet them, it actually helps them. In the wild, they'd be scratching up on all sorts of things to knock off those itchy berries. He scrunches up his nose. They're not really berries, they're more like eggs. Well, they're like berries, though, because they're sweet and, you know, never mind. Vertemina animals are pretty weird. such as sugar bugs. Cal takes you to the rows of crates where the soft, squishy sugar bugs are all clumped together in their moist muck. These guys are pretty cool, he says, picking one up. It perfectly fits in his palm. They're a colony just like us, and if you tickle them, you get... He brushes his finger along the top of the sugar bug, and a little jet of gooey stuff comes out. Sugar bug syrup, he says. Pretty neat, right? What about the trippets? No joke, we thought these guys were just plants for the first couple years, Cal says. We transplanted them from the wild into the greenhouse, but I guess that was just part of their life cycle, because it turns out they're sentient and can move around and stuff. Huh, weird. We moved them out of the greenhouse and into the barns, but we don't really treat them differently. They still mostly just sit there. Alright, I do think we should eat the animal stuff, so let's get started. Googles. Yeah, about that. We need someone to muck out the floatcast tables. They might float, but their poop sure doesn't. He hands you a shovel. Have fun. You should probably do something about the Unisaur you captured. It's eating its way through everything. It doesn't actually produce any food, and the ranchers are starting to get annoyed by its attitude, like it knows something they don't. It's creepy. You figure you may as well try to get it used to taking a rider? If people could ride a Unisaurs around, that would be pretty useful, especially when the robots and vehicles start breaking down. What? I can't ride that Unisaur with an exclamation mark? My animal skill, is it good enough? By one? Why? You bring it outside. It stares at you with its eerily intelligent eyes as you approach with the saddle and only shimmies a little as you strap it to its back. You brace yourself and hop on and cling for dear life. The Unisaur takes off at a run, ducking and weaving as it tries to throw you off. You get down low in the saddle and wrap your arms around its neck, but it reaches up and scratches your arms with its hand-like paws, and you have to let go. The Unisaur has extremely good reflexes. As you struggle to steer it away from the walls of the pen so it doesn't smash your legs, you realize its reflexes are too good, like it can tell something is going to happen before it happens. It's almost like it can see the future. Kind of like you. Your unusual ability to see the future doesn't help you, except to tell you that you are definitely going to lose the battle of wills with this Unisaur. Not like that isn't obvious. You last less than a minute before you're flat on your back in the dirt, staring up at the sky as it spins overhead. The Unisaur leaps the wall of the pen and makes a break straight for the gates. And it's gone. Well, so much for having a Unisaur. If you want to try again, you'll have to catch another. I need to tend some animals. Give me like a 6, 7, 8. There, 6, 6, 7, 8. Sure. Well, now we should have enough animal skills to ride a Unisaur. Fairly wet. So if I went out now, I, in theory, would be able to get another Unisaur. Though maybe it would be better to relax first. I want that Unisaur, man. This month, you mostly just hang out in the garden and try to relax. You noodle on your holopalm, watch holovids, chat on the colony's social media, and generally enjoy your time off without worrying about what you should be doing. You can feel your hop eyes starting to trust you more. They're still pretty skittish, and you don't want to see what those claws on the end of their foot can do, but they seem a lot more relaxed in your presence. You're petting it when it starts to chitter at you in agitation. Whoops, what's wrong, Optimus Prime? It flips over on its back and wiggles, its lighter stomach fur looking impossibly soft and enticing. Do you dare? Or is it a trap? Alright, let's pet this thing! 99, oh sheesh. This is a very skilled petting. We could do like a... Plus one for each gem on other cards. So we could do like that and it becomes a 4. Right now it's a physical 4. I'm not sure this helps much. And then this becomes a bonus, extra bonus to pairs. We could do this. No. Not a great first round. Okay, 5, 6. These just don't synergize well. We could get like a 3, like a 6, and this. Some delusions. Oh my gosh. This is going terribly. Hopefully we get the big guns this time. We got the big guns this time. Okay. Get some 8s going on. And 5s. Oh, come on. This is going so poorly. Now I have is a bobber fruit to help me. I could get like a 5, 6, 8, so that doesn't help. I only have one bobber fruit. I could draw another card. That's a 4. Get like a 3, 4, 5 going, and then drop a couple 8s. That doesn't help. Give me another card. You have another 8. You can do it like a full house 8s full of 5s. That's a lot of 8s. And then just randomly there's a 5. Like, there's no way. No way. Drats. What's the worst that could happen? You gently scritch your fingers through the rough on Optus Prime's chest. They put up with it for a few seconds, then wrap their tail around your arm, and bite your fingers. Ouch. It's a good thing they're so cute. Get out of here, delusions. I hate you. My Hot Eye doesn't even like me. It's still mechanically identical as before. Nevertheless, I think we're going to go back out and get a new Unisaur. And this time we should actually have the stats to ride it. And then basically the year is over at that point. How you doing, Nami? Nami's sitting in front of an array of holoscreens, all displaying different tutorials for various crafts and hobbies. I was thinking of learning something new, Nami says, poking their fingers into their cheeks. It's not enough that I already know how to draw and write and play video games. I could learn to knit or sculpt or make jewelry. Now think about this for a second. I know we could just make like nanoprint stuff like that, but it's nice to make stuff with your hands, right? Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's investigate. So if we want to go hunt in the swamps, what's left? We probably would have to wait for next year for the event to refresh. Man, I feel like we dropped the ball with that one. What to do with regards to stats? Animals is close to leveling up. Biology, we're close to being able to, know the, to get the next level event with Cal. What could we do here? We could, so tending to the animals gives you animals, and empathy. Researching xenobotany gives biology and organizing. What if... So we could go back over here to the engineering. Life sciences gives biology and reasoning, and friendship with tangent. We haven't seen tangent much this year. Let's do some life sciences. It's been a while since you've been to life sciences class. You wonder who they got to teach us after Professor Hal died. He was the teacher back on the ship. Who could possibly replace him? I'm getting the feeling they expected me to return to this class a bit sooner in the story. You take your seat in the classroom. There's no teacher here, yet. You and the other students wait, exchanging awkward glances as time passes. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance breezes through the door. She's accompanied by Tang, who takes a seat beside you, barely giving you a second look. Look who showed up, Instance snaps, with a sinking feeling. You know she's talking to you. Solana, can you even tell me what life science entails? Tang looks at you out of the corner of her eye, trying not to smirk. Let's see, we could do, the wet sciences. No. Biochem, medicine, ecology, geology. I mean, I don't think it's geology. The study of life. Yeah, it's the study of life, right? Instance frowns. An empty cup waiting to be filled with knowledge, she mutters. Tang stifles her giggle, but just barely. Okay, goal 41. That shouldn't be hard. Let's see. 4s. Sure. And we'll get a 9 out there. 6, because why not? And, oh, that, we aren't even close. And we could push through, I guess. Yeah, sure. Alright, now it's late wets. Let's go talk to Cal, because I believe our biology is now good enough for a conversation with him. Cal claps you on the back. Solana, good to see you. Have you come to see the new genetically modified hybrids? Tang's on some real future tech with these ones. Apparently they're going to yield like 4 times as much fruit, and the rind is going to be edible too. Yeah, the rind? Yeah. Want to hear a fun nature fact? You tell me about the time Tang brought a skunk bug for show and tell in biology, and it got scared and made the worst, most smelliest, grossest stink you have ever smelled. And everyone thought Tang had farted. Yes. Then Professor Hal had to... Man, how long ago was this? It's, good old childhood memories reminiscing on. Then Professor Hal had to clear out the whole room, and it took weeks to get the smell out of the beanbags, and it was so gross. But also kind of neat how such a tiny bug could make a whole room of kids run away. Cal laughs. I remember that, Solana. Except the way I heard it, it wasn't Tang. It was you. What? No, it wasn't. No. Alright. I think animals is the skill. Well, animals or engineering we could bring over the top. Which? I guess we technically have 2 days, so we could do both. Let's start with engineering. Actually, bravery was pretty close to being able to probably go over the top too. So I knew we could work engineering, bravery, and animals. Okay, we'll study some engineering. It only gives 1 engineering. I'm not sure exactly how much we need. I'm assuming like 33, probably. Well, let's look at bravery. Yeah, bravery's at 62 right now with our buff. And our... This gives 30 bravery, so we're actually at 32. So, yeah, we would need to get 2 engineering to go over the top. I don't think that's gonna happen. Unfortunately. Oh, ooh, almost accidentally clicked on something. Uh-huh. There's an argument to get bravery instead. Bravery in animals? And we haven't really worked out here much. Defense training is combat in animals. Relax on the wall. Sports ball is 2 bravery. And that'll get us to 34. That should get us first level bravery. And gives us a bit of extra toughness. Sure. You haven't been back to the sports ball pitch since before the big attack that took Calm's life. You know Rhett's the coach now, though he doesn't care as much as Calm did. He's more concerned with getting sports ball players to sign up for the defense force. You show up for practice and spot Vase and Rex on the pitch, standing with a healthy distance between the two of them. Vase is surrounded by a group of friends, and Rex is bopping a sports ball in his head and chest. Surprisingly, an enemy is here as well. Rhett must have asked her and Vase to help out with the team, because they're usually training. Rhett picks her as captain for one team, and you as the other. Who'd you pick for your team? Vase I'd probably be more confident in as a teammate. Well, obviously you want a winner like Vase, not a friendless loser like Rex, even if he is good at the bop. Vase struts over, snubbing Rex as he goes. Rex doesn't seem to mind being picked last after every one of Vase's friends. Let's sports ball! Goal 85. Sheesh. Okay, I mean, you might as well do a 3-4-5 situation here. Yeah. And at this point... And you might as well do a 3-4-5 situation here. Attack a 7 on. For good luck. Or you attack a 3 on to get it out of the way. No, that's not even going to get it out of the way. Attack a pink candy on to get it out of the way. Okay, so... We do a 7, an 8, then just like a bunch of 4s. Maybe we could do like 6, 7, 8. Okay. What if this was a 3 instead? There we go. Now that's what I call a win. Your team wins. Great work out there, Vase crows, slapping her on the back. Way to make me look good. Anoni jogs over and launches herself at Vase, locking her ankles behind Vase's back. You killed it, babe. Good job. Well, geez, it sounds like you were team captain or anything. All right. Friendship. Huzzah. Also, it's a glow now. Huzzah. Ooh, bravery level 1. Extra card draw. Draw an extra card at the start of challenge? That seems pretty good. I think we already have another one like that. I thought someone had, like, a conversation with me? He frowns. If you always knew the attacks were coming during glow, why weren't you Stratos better prepared? It's just common sense. Sorry? I'm just trying my best, okay? We were all trying our best. Anything to say, Kyle? Kyle stands in the middle of the garden looking around at the blanketing dark and eerie glow from the nearby fungal forest. Never knew plants could be like this, he breathes. It's amazing. Tangents. How's Glow treating you? Tang is standing with her arms crossed, gazing out into the gloom. I cannot help but be a little comforted by the presence of the soldiers, she says. Perhaps we'll stand a better chance during the next attack. There's the research coming. Okay. Anyone else out here brave in the depths of glow? An enemy, how are you doing? I know we weren't really ever particularly good friends, but I respect you. You come across an enemy just sitting on a bench, her rifle slung across her knees as she stares into the middle distance. She snaps to attention when she sees you. Hey, Solana, she says. What do you need? Nothing in particular. Just wandering around the glowy exterior. Up, can't go outside. Ah, yes. Glow is no time for exploring. It's far too dangerous. The gates are closed and survey expeditions halted until the light returns in a few weeks. Fair enough. Anyone else out and about this glow? No? Okay. So what do I want to do? Is there anything we can do to get engineering up quicker? Because that would be pretty cool. Animals up as well wouldn't be bad. This is not engineering like at all. I guess in theory. Oh, hey Dis, how'd I miss you before? Dis is standing stock still, staring out into the wilderness. Doesn't matter what we do or how hard we fight, he mutters. Nature's going to win in the end. It always does. Well, thanks for being such a ray of sunshine in these trying times, Dis. Let's go with animals. I think that might actually be a better skill set to have when we're probably about to get attacked by a bunch of animals than engineering necessarily is. We'll tend to some animals. +3 animals, +2 empathy. There are only a few glowing plants in the garden, so in the dark of glow you have to do a lot of outdoor work by lamplight. In the airy, not light, fertile earth, dirt looks like the same as vertumnant dirt. It's hard to see what you're doing. Alright, animals. Let's get an 8 out there. Let's get another 8 out there. We could do like a pair of 5s. Get a 4. We could push through, but I'd rather not have to. We could do 3, 4, 5 instead. Push through for 10? That I could get behind. But, what if we did 2, 3, 4, 5? Slightly worse. Fair enough. Guess this is as good as it's gonna be. Wait, there we go. I'm satisfied with this. +4 animals, +3 empathy. Awesome. You're heading to bed when the sirens begin to wail, heralding the beginning of the yearly xenofauna attack. Outside your window, you see the soldiers begin to form up. This year, an enemy is heading up her own squad. You see her red hair bobbing along with the others as she rushes to defend the walls. Well, let's rush out after her. An enemy looks at you in surprise, but nods when she sees you're ready to fight. Someone hands you a plasma rifle, and you join her squad on the walls. You stand shoulder to shoulder with an enemy and watch the Xenos mass on the far side of the fire break. Look at them all, she says darkly. They just keep coming more and more every year. What are they even waiting for? Why don't they just attack already? She shoots a look at the rest of her squad, all of them Helios, mostly young adults like you, and lowers her voice. I just want to get it over with, you know? She confides in you. These Helios, they learned to march before they could walk. I want to prove I can handle myself as well as they can. She runs her fingers down the barrel of her plasma rifle, where she's stenciled the name Kombucha. A lowing from the forest draws your attention back to the enemy line. The wall of animals is approaching in eerie unison, their footsteps drumming a rumbling tattoo across the ground. An enemy clutches her rifle tightly. Okay, here goes. The animals approach the wall at a steady pace, but stop short of the walls. Instead, they mill around outside the colony near the garrison. In the eerie silence, you hear the sudden crackle of plasma rifle fire, and a flying creature falls to the ground. You hear Security Chief Rhett from his post on the walls telling his squad to hold their fire. His voice rings through the still, expectant air. The Xenos are just standing there, menacingly. Then, an explosion rocks through the colony, the shockwave hitting you like a physical blow, and then the heat right after, like walking into a wall of fire. You're pelted with debris raining down from the sky. A column of smoke billows from a burning section of wall near the garrison, from the thick belt of the shock that ripples through the colony. You can't imagine it was on purpose. An enemy recovers first, letting out a strangled war cry. "Those assholes!" she yells. "They knew our weakest point! How?" She gestures to the flood of Xenos pouring through the gaping hole in the wall. "There!" she orders. "Protect the gates! Shoot them from the walls!" Alright, this is a hard combat challenge. Let's fight. +5 bonus to physical pairs. Good to know. Should we... Well, we could do, okay, we could do like this. 3, 4, 4. Or it's... Okay, this is better. Goal 116? Ah! Okay, we could do a 3, 4, 5... 7. That doesn't really work out very well. We could do a pair of 7s. We could do a pair of 4s. We could do a 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not terrible. And it gets a 2 out of here. But oh my goodness, that's going to leave us... No, we got it. Like, we need more than this round. We could do like 7... How many bobber... We've got 2 bobber fruits. So we could, in theory, this round, do like 4... We could do 6, 7, 8s with a 4 there as well. That may be the best bet we have. There we go, 37 this round. That we can live with. Okay, this is a lot of 4s. We can do a redraw if this proves not good, which seems like is likely going to be the case. I mean, you can get like a 3, 4, 5 deal going. Or like this. No, yeah, this... Let's redraw the hand. Hopefully we get the high value. We did not get the high values. At all. You can get a load of 3s. Yeah, there's no mathematical way we can do this. This ain't good. You're swarmed by Xenos almost immediately. From over the walls and from the air, but also from behind you in the courtyard as the defenses crumble. Your resolve crumbles, too, and you're forced to separate from an enemy and the rest of the squad by a fearsome avian creature covered in brackish moss. The terrible creature chases you all the way to the fields where you take shelter in a barn, while the battle rages outside in Main Square. You fight for your life in one-on-one combat. You eventually take down the bracken bird, but you're badly wounded in the process. You're found after the battle and taken to the med bay. Okay, so the battle did go okay, though, it would seem. In the quiet following the battle, the colony comes out of hiding together in the courtyard, surveying the damage. Governor Lum is on the warpath. "I'll find who did it! And I'll have their goddamn head," he yells. "I want every single strato lined up and questioned. Those were our explosives. I want to know who set that goddamn bomb." You had everyone from Strator hauled aside and questioned on your whereabouts prior to the attack. Everyone, that is, except Dis. He is nowhere to be found, dead or alive. It was Dis, wasn't it? Oh, was that not the last year? I thought that was the last year. We have one more year, it would seem. Huh. Well then. Interesting. Okay. So what we got 10 empathy, 2 creativity, 5 bravery, 1 reasoning, 1 engineering, 8 biology, 2 toughness, 17 perception, 8 combat, and 35 animals. Man, that went up to this year. We lost 1 defense overall. Okay, I guess we got 1 more year, age 19. Okay. Well, here we go. Oh, new perk. Extra gear slot! Hooray! Just what I've been wanting. Now we can use our Popeye as a pack mule, I guess.